Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and this is so different. Today I am going to be giving you a huge life update as well as painting my Christmas savings challenge. Now I'm going to start with what we're doing. Now this video I'm putting a little heads up. I think it's going to be a really chatty, get to know me a little bit more, get to know a little bit more about what's going on in my life at the moment. I just realised there's a window that's not open up there. Yeah, get to know a little bit more about me, my life at the moment, and what's going on. So I've got some massive updates for you, and just generally like a chat. Now this type of video I would personally either watch because I love watching people paint and stuff, or I would just put the audio on. I would maybe go for a walk, listen to the audio. That's kind of maybe like a podcast. Who am I? Who is this woman? And yeah, basically I'm going to be painting this ready for when we do the Christmas savings, which I'll be doing during December, and I'll explain a little bit how it works and give you a live date. So I hope this is interesting. I have acrylic paints here. I love painting. If you didn't know that about me, I love painting. Watercolour is my favourite. However, I'm going to give this a go. I have no idea how I'm going to do the numbers. It's kind of intricate, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, let's just get straight into this. I'm thinking of taking these out because these do come out. And when I do the challenge, basically I'm going to put a note in here or like something in here. And then I'm going to, so it'll be an amount. And then I'm going to put the money in and then put it back. So basically this stands up like a house. I got this from Hobbycraft, by the way, which is a UK kind of crafting shop. And this is why it's going to be hard. They're all falling out the back. Okay, I think I did that successfully. So it does look like that, obviously, from the top is how you see it. Or do I try and show you what it looks like? So, like you saw, will be what it looks like. The camera's probably not focusing. And then on the other side, you've got, where's all the numbers? Trying to stop them from falling out. More numbers on the back. So I'm thinking of taking all the drawers out and then painting the base of the house, and then thinking about the drawers maybe whilst the house is drying. So I'm just going to take all these out. But yeah, basically I'm going to find the numbers. I'm going to let these all fall out. Maybe a bit of ASMR. Sorry, the cameras are so blurry right now. What is, it's not a happy bunny. And then let's get this side out. So yeah, I'm just going to find the numbers. It'll have like a £2 or £10 or whatever. I'm going to put random amounts and randomly pick it and not look at what I've put in there, so I won't know how much I've saved. So it's going to be a bit of fun as well for me as well, because I love surprises. Basically, I love surprises. So I'll be surprising myself. Right, so we've got all those there. Oh, and guys, it lights up as well. But I haven't pulled that out. You can kind of see it's got a light there. And then if you kind of look, try to show you, you can see there it's got a little light. So it lights up, so it kind of glows as well. So yeah, £15 from Hobbycraft. I'm going to say that will be worth it because now we've got it forever. So we're going to put all of the trays over there. Obviously it's 1 to 25. Do I bother to make it look nice? Go on then. Go on then. I'm going to just waste some time. I'll just only do the ones you can kind of see in the video. Okay. So let's get straight into what's going on in my life. So, I'm going to talk about my holiday and what happened on holiday. I know some of you wanted to have like a little story time about my first single holiday to Greece, and it kind of all went a little bit pear-shaped at the beginning, and they ended up changing my hotel and stuff. So I'll be kind of going through that. And yeah, so let's just put those. Oh, I keep finding ones. I know that's one. Next time I'm going to move it. There we are. Okay, so I'm thinking of doing the house in red, and then maybe these can be different colours, such as like greens or blues. Let's get paint now. I haven't used acrylic for a long time. I'm gonna go for one a bit bigger than that. Oh, this is quite a good one. Yeah, have to test it first, you know. So yeah, let's get a little bit of a life update. Basically, guys, I handed in my notice at my job. So, which probably will come as a surprise to you guys, as I haven't really told you anything about my job as of recent. In all honesty, I've got notes there so I don't forget anything to say. In all honesty, guys, I wasn't enjoying it anymore. And let's see what type of red. We've got two red shades here. We've got a crimson red or a scarlet. I'm thinking probably going to have to go more scarlet by the looks of it, yeah. I was in the marketing team on my own, and quite frankly, I just found it a bit lonely working. Wow, that's very bright. I might darken that a little bit. Maybe I'll have a look at the other colour too. I just found it a bit lonely. I had no one to bounce ideas off of, and no one to kind of chat to about anything that I was working on. So I found it quite lonely. Oh, that's better. Yeah, we'll use that red. Maybe we will mix them a little bit. So yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while. The thing that was keeping me, guys, in all honesty, was the pay. And you know me, I love giving you honesty and just advice in general in life, even though I can't give that much advice. But if you're staying at a job for the money, then you're never going to be happy, because money's not everything. Although it is a lot, it's not. You can't stay at a job just for the pay. So I found myself quite lonely. Maybe they weren't taking on board everything I was saying as well. I'm saying maybe because, well, they were not doing that, so they were doing that. So I found myself kind of feeling like I was losing a battle that I knew I'd never win. So yep, I did give in my notice, and I worked out how much holiday I was owed and how much I would have to work on my notice period, which was 1 month. And basically I had like a week and a half or 2 weeks to work, because as you guys know, I just haven't gone on many holidays recently, and I had lots of holiday left over. But also a reason why I didn't enjoy the job was the location. The location was too far away. It took me about 45 minutes to drive in, and about the same on a train, but the train was really long, and I've spoken to you about the train before. It was an empty train, which suddenly filled up with school kids, which didn't bother me because they're quite funny. But yeah, and it cost me, I think it was about £26 a day to get in via train. So that's just not, I mean, we all know that's not something that's ideal. So that was basically some of the reasons, which was really sad, because I did just make friends, really. It's taken me, oh, what's that? About nearly a year of being there to make friends, because I started during lockdown, and it was particularly hard to make friends. So hopefully this is focusing on the house, by the way. I don't know if it is. There we are. It had just taken me a while to make friends. As you know what it's like when you go to a new job, the first thing you do is go out for lunch and stuff, and they didn't quite do that at this place because it was in a business park as well. There just wasn't the facilities for that, if you know the meme. I just don't have the facilities for that big man. Like that is the joke that was kind of going around social media a couple of years ago. So yeah, I basically handed in my notice, and the reason I handed it in so soon and reactive was because I was working from home and I was dreading going into the office. I was dreading the fact that I didn't have many friends there. If my friends had to go home, because they were all local, if they had to go home at lunch, I would be on my own, and you couldn't pop to the shop because there wasn't any shops nearby. I just felt a bit like isolated, really, and there's nothing worse than you being on your own team and then kind of no one understanding what you're doing, and you kind of feel like you're just on your own. So I'm sorry, you might be able to hear my neighbour next door. He builds cars, so you can kind of hear him making some noise. But yeah, so that's basically what happened. So now a little bit of an update on what I'm going to be doing. Now, you'll know that I recently got monetized on this channel, and I'm going to give you a realistic amount of how much money I'm making on this channel. Guys, I basically make like £3 a day, not even that. So I'm not drastically, randomly, suddenly a YouTube millionaire making lots of money. That is not how this works. But as this got monetized as well, I do have a bit of interest in maybe doing YouTube full time. But obviously that's something that would be further down the line. But I'm thinking with my other channel, which I am tempted to kind of reveal to you maybe in another video. Oh, I don't know. I just get so scared, like telling people about money and then them seeing me, and I don't know, I just that was kind of the beauty of this channel, is I wouldn't have to show you my face, to be honest, because it just scares me a little bit. And puts a little bit more pressure on. Like, I don't have to worry about, I mean, I look fine because I had an interview this morning, but I don't have to worry about what I look like in this channel. You know, when I make a video, I don't have to think about my face or how I look, which is, you don't even think about it until you have a channel where you do have to think about it. Because my gaming one that I have, I show my face, and sometimes, or if you're not very well, you just don't want to be sat in front of a camera. So there's kind of like this appreciation for YouTubers in general since starting my YouTube channels, really. But yeah, YouTube isn't easy as well. I mean, this is a reasonably more easy channel compared to my other ones, but thinking of video ideas is quite hard, and you've really got to, I have a lot of respect for YouTubers that do this full time, because you're up against everyone else, you know, you're fighting for people's time, and it's a lot, you know, it's a lot of competition out there. But I don't see it as competition anyway, because I hope that you guys would watch my videos just to kind of, I don't know, I don't even know why you guys watch these. This feels like a diary, where I'm talking at myself. Keep checking that I'm definitely recording, because oh, that would just be the worst thing ever. But yeah, basically how this is going to work is put the money in, and then every day I'm going to record me getting the money out and putting the money away, blah blah blah. But yeah, going back to the jobs, so what am I doing now? Next steps. Actually, I wrote down this stuff. So yeah, my next steps for a job, what am I thinking of doing? Now guys, in all honesty, my job I just left really left me in a bad way thinking about working at a new job. I didn't really mix with anyone. I was quite quiet and to myself, which is a bit like me. Like, you might not know that from these videos, but I am probably shy when you first get to know me, and then once you get to know me, I'm quite chatty and very bubbly and confident. But it takes me a little while to initially chat to people. So I was just gonna, as you know, I've got some savings. I've got savings in my bank, and also I do have a fair amount of savings put away, and I don't have much outgoings. As you know, most of my cash stuffing is just extra money that I'm putting away into things so I know I don't overspend. So I haven't got a job lined up. And I just thought, you know, for once in my life, I am just not going to stress. And I am so good at stressing. I am so good at getting just wound up in life, and oh my goodness, I need to care about my career. And don't get me wrong, you might be at a different stage of your life, you need to care about your career, and maybe you should care about your career, but I don't think life's that serious to an extent. I think people get wound up in life being so serious, like, oh, I can't do that because this and this. Well, is life that serious? Like, why are we taking life so serious? We only get one time on this earth. Like, why are we saying we can't take one extra day holiday, or we can't have that chocolate bar? Like, life's not that serious. So that's kind of the mindset I kind of got it in, which probably isn't great for my money. But so now I'm really struggling to think about what I want to do. So when I was speaking to my manager about leaving and kind of training him up basically on how to do my job because they haven't got a replacement, I kind of got overwhelmed with the fact that A, I was chucking him in the deep end, and B, I was just training him up to do things that literally are second nature to me and take me 5 minutes would take him 4 hours. So I offered to do 1 day a week, work from home, to get the stuff done that I normally do. Because basically I'd done this big project at my work and that project was now finished, so it kind of left me in a good place to kind of head off as well. It was the right time really, instead of, you know, starting new projects and then having to hand the new projects over. It would have just been a lot to have hand over. So I knew that it was the right time for me really to consider moving on. So yeah, I basically have offered to do 1 day a week and they've accepted that. So I'm doing 1 day a week from home, getting things I'm doing, and they're paying me the same amount that they were paying me per day. So I'm obviously getting less money, but I am getting my day rate as such that I was getting already, which is fine, and I'm not annoyed at that at all because it's better than me not having any work. But that just saves my manager time learning all about what I do. It saves me, well, it did save me writing massive handover notes, almost like, you know, complete basic step by step on how to do my job, which was burning a lot of my time. It saved me doing all that, and it just meant that at least I get a little bit of money in as well. But I will be trying, those other days I will be doing YouTube, I'll be doing my gaming channel, and I'll be doing stuff on this channel, so you'll probably see a bit more from me, hopefully, because as you know, the more videos you do, the more scope for money you make. So that is as well what I'll be doing, but also I think I've got some more ideas that I want to have for this channel, as I kind of want to just make this a real normal budgeting channel. So you guys will kind of see me on this journey now, going from a full-time job paying a decent amount of money to kind of just chucking that out and seeing what I want to do. But in all honesty, guys, I don't know if I want to be in an office. I don't know if that's the problem. Like, I just have this overwhelming like dread for office work now, and I always knew that I wanted to do a bit of like freelancing or was self-employed, because that's why I started the channel, because I was like, I'd love to just work for myself. So do any of you guys do that? How is it? Are you freelancing? Are you, yeah, like I would want to know what you're doing, if you're willing to share it. So yeah, that'd be really interesting to know, because I'm thinking of maybe freelancing, because then you have to start your own business, essentially you're self-employed then. So that would be good, because I don't know basically if I want to sit, what my thing is I just was so overwhelmed by the fact that someone else was choosing the amount of holiday days you get, someone else was choosing the, you know, amount of time you get working from home and spending at home with your family. Like, you work Monday to Friday to get Saturday and Sunday with your family. Do you know what I mean? It just seems so backwards. And maybe this is something that I think might be changing since COVID's happened. But life is just too short, and life is not that serious. Maybe that should be my new quote. Life is just not that serious. In my eyes anyway. Now, I totally understand you might not be of the same opinion as me. You might be at a different stage in your life than me, and this might not be an option. But that's how I'm feeling at this point. And it's really overwhelming. Like, I am constantly thinking about it. When I was at home, I was like dreading going into the office, because I just, I just hate the thought that I wouldn't be able to get home until like sometimes 7 p.m. Just for just. And then when I was in the office, no one would speak to me anyway, but they wanted me to be in, so it just felt so. I was really frustrated with it. if you can't tell. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling about working, and that's why I handed in my notice, and hopefully I'll be uploading more videos. I am looking for a job, but I'm not at the same time. I'm applying for jobs and seeing what people offer. Increase the salary a little bit, because if I'm going to get a new job, at least would try and push for a little salary increase, because what is the point in not doing that? And just seeing what's out there at the moment, as I've been so put off by this job, that, like the job I was just in, like how other people didn't talk to me and stuff like that, that I need to realise that there's good places to work out there, because I have worked in places before and I have enjoyed working before, and I don't know what's happening to me. So yes. Now that was a long time to be talking about that, but that is mainly the reason why I wanted to talk on here, because you won't be seeing, I mean, my last pay is end of November, which will be a full pay, and that will be probably my last normal paycheck for probably a little while. You'll probably start to see some significantly lower pays coming in from YouTube, and if I somehow work out a way to make money elsewhere, or if I do get a job. But I'm thinking that if I do get a job, I'll wait till the new year, and I'll just take December to focus on YouTube and just see what I can do, because my other channel's started to pick up again as I've started to spend more time on it now. Need to put more paint down for that red. Just seeing what I'm capable of, as I've never just... During lockdown, I went for it on my YouTube channel, and I grew my subscribers on my other channel to 1,000, and it got monetized, and it was growing, and then I get in this new job, and it kind of makes me... I'm not going to say it made me sad, but it kind of made me not enjoy doing YouTube anymore, because I wasn't enjoying my day job, so it kind of was ruining it for me. So yes, but anyway, you'll just see a little bit less going into my envelopes and stuff like that. So if any of you guys have gone freelance, or you've gone self-employed, or you have a YouTube channel, I would just love to hear about it. In my next video I might reveal what my other YouTube channel is, and maybe you guys can go and show it some support if you're interested. It's a child-friendly channel, so your children can watch. So yeah, but I'm just kind of conscious of children being on there, seeing if someone from this channel decides to comment, oh, I came from Pretty Budgets, and then they go on Pretty Budgets and hear all about like how much money I'm earning and all that stuff. It kind of might take away the beauty of it for them. So I'm just a little bit aware of that. Why won't this bit? There we are. Okay. Right. And then... that was loud, sorry. Right, next up, what am I talking about next? So we can talk about next my holiday. If you're interested in hearing about my holiday and what went wrong on the holiday, and any advice I'd give you for solo travelling, maybe on your own for the first time. I need to concentrate when doing that bit. Wow. I feel like I need to open my eyes more, but my eyes literally are open. Come on. Right there and there. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Cool, I'm happy with that. So I might now do the windows and the door whilst then that whole side can dry. Let's put that paintbrush there. So my holiday, if you didn't know, I went to, I've got drinks as well. Get drinks and snacks, guys, to watch this video, or listen to this video. I've got a glass of Pepsi Max. Might be a bit loud putting this down. Oh no, it's okay. I'm going to do these black. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Black. So I went to Greece, Kos in Greece, you know, and it was lovely. I'd planned to go to a hotel called, Atlantica Beach Resort in Kos, if you want to have a look at it. It's a family friendly, all inclusive, just normal nice resort with TUI. And I'd gone into TUI and said to the guy, who I kind of know just because I always go in there and book with these people. I love going in store. I much prefer the experience when booking a holiday in store. So much less stressful. You do pay an additional £50 and then they go, oh, we can give you money off, and then give you about £50 off. But I am happy to pay the £50 for just the fact I can sit there and someone else can do it for me instead of me sitting scrolling, because the more you click and scroll on stuff, the more it increases, I feel like. I don't actually know if that's true. I should probably know, considering I work on websites, but should I have done that in black? Maybe not. Oh well. So yeah, I just sit in there and I said to the guy, I was like, listen, I just want to go somewhere that's safe for me to go on my own. And he was like, okay, and gives me some winter sun. And he was like, okay, have you gone to Kos in Greece? And I was like, no, I haven't. So he found that one, and then when he was talking about that one, the guy next to him who also works for TUI was like, I've stayed in that resort, it's so lovely, I'd really recommend it, it's great. So I was like, cool. It cost me £800 to go for a week, all inclusive, but that was seats in. I let them choose my seats, and that was luggage included too. Now, just a point on luggage, I didn't check. I had 15 kilograms of luggage, maybe even 12. Now, the TUI person never told me that I had that. I just assumed I had the 25, which I thought was the normal amount you get on flights. So I had packed for 25 kg luggage, guys. It wasn't until my mum and dad were like, how much luggage do you have? I was like, I don't know. And then there was nowhere written, it was just nowhere written what my luggage was. I was so confused. And then when I printed out the boarding pass, it said something like 12 and a half or 15 or something random like that. I was like, oh God. And then we were like, it's okay, just play the idiot when you get to the airport, and maybe when you come back, you'll have less luggage anyway, because like shampoo, conditioner, after sun, all that stuff kind of gets used up anyway, doesn't it? So maybe it will, you know, make it a little bit lower so it's not as significant. So I stayed overnight in the Premier Inn before I went on holiday. Some of you guys know about it if you listen to my video. I always recommend just staying in the hotel the night before if you've got an early flight. My flight was at 7 a.m. So I stayed in the Premier Inn on site, and then just woke up at like 4, I think it was, 4:30, and I was basically at the airport. Well, I was at the airport, so I just got up and walked to the bit where you like put your baggage in and stuff. So that was all great, that was amazing. My bag weighed an absolute ton, and guys, I go to the gym. Yeah, well, I haven't actually gone to the gym since I've been back from holiday, but I'm quite strong, in all honesty. Like, I was lifting like, I can squat like 45 like kg fine. I could not pull this bag for the life of me, and it was like 20 kg. I could lift that like it was a feather before my, like, I don't know what was going on, but anyway, it was just very heavy. So just think about that. If you're traveling on your own, think about how heavy the bag is. Realistically, you never know if you're going to get help or not. I'm going to go over those red bits at the end, as I do not want to colour them in black. So we get to the airport, I say we, just myself, get to the airport, and I put the luggage, because you can like self do it now, like in the luggage, you don't have to go up to the person anymore. a machine like does it for you. You just like press your name and put the bag on, and then put the like sticker thing that goes in your bag. So I went there and it was like error, too heavy, and I was like, oh, here we go. Guys, guess how much it would have cost me? It literally would have cost me like 350 like, I was going to say quid and then pounds, so they kind of combined. £350, as in Great British pounds, for my luggage, because I was that much over. And I just played the idiot, and luckily the guy just didn't even care anyway. It's so much easier when you're in the UK, because they can just understand, and they are just like, yeah, sure, of course, you're on your own, like they can identify that. So there is more to this story over the other side, if you get what I mean, as well. On the way back. So he let me through it all fine, but I was very much aware that it had flags, so I was like, oh god, like on the way home I've got to think about that. So I'll just continue talking about luggage for now, and then I'll kind of talk about everything else. On the way back, I was like, oh yeah, my luggage weighs less, I'm sure. It was still extremely heavy. Well, I get to the gate, the queues are massive. I like literally run out of the bus thing, get my luggage over, and then go and stand in the line, which was just brewing. So I'd gone quick so I could, you know, just get in. And this guy is like, who's serving me, is like, your luggage is over. And I was like, is it? It was over 25. It was literally like 27 kilograms. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. What is my luggage then? And he was like 13 or 15, whatever it was. I was like, really? I literally had this same stuff. If anything, it should, like, on the way out there, no one said anything. I said I had an error on the way there, on the way out, but he just said that I had 25. And then I got an email up where TUI had listed all of their baggage in like their email, because on an email it said I had 25 kg. So I was like, I'm going to get that email up. So he called his supervisor, who was a woman. I was like, oh no, is she going to like hate me? I was trying to play like the complete innocent victim. And they looked at the email and all this stuff, and in the end they just let me through, but I must have held up that line for a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Just me going, how do I get rid of this? What do I do? Do I throw my stuff away? I'm on my own. I just came for like a nice trip away. I didn't realise like how much, oh no. And I was just like really doing that. And in the end they were like, yeah, it's fine, just go through. Turns out, guys, you can have a maximum of 25 kg each. So my lesson for this though is take a small carry-on bag. Then your whole process is just so... Is it carry-on or hand luggage? I always get confused. The one that you keep with you. Just take less stuff. Like, I honestly had taken so many clothes I just didn't even wear. I didn't even try on my clothes before I went, guys. None of it even fit. Because obviously since COVID... oh, that's a lot of paint there. Get rid of some of that. So... because it was summer stuff that I just hadn't worn since being on holiday last time, so yeah, I just didn't need... I took like so many pairs of shoes, and like I wasn't even meeting anyone. Anyway, yeah, it was just... I'd taken way too many things. I really didn't need to. So, lesson learnt, take a smaller bag and then you won't fill up the bag. Now, let's continue with the holiday itself. I booked Atlantica Beach. I got to the hotel. I don't remember how much I told you guys in my other video, but I got to the hotel and they were like, oh, you're not actually booked here anymore. So I was like, right. And they were like, basically, we've booked you in the hotel next door. So I was like, oh my goodness, like looking around, like the people probably thought I've been stupid and gone to the wrong hotel or something. So I was like, oh really? I was like, I'm on my own, like, is it safe? And he was like, yes, it's all fine, don't be worried, like, it's better. So I was like, oh, okay. And then in the back of my mind I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna let this happen, because I never just go with the flow. And there's one thing I've learned is just try not to stress about things that you can't control. Like, I couldn't control that. They'd already done that. The choice had been made. They'd already booked me in. The decision was done. So there was nothing I could have done to have changed that, because he said that the hotel was full. So in the end, I'm waiting. He goes, just stand over there and I'll get someone to come pick you up and they'll take you to the hotel. Well, in the end, basically, no one came. I was probably waiting for about 40 minutes, which was so annoying, because when you're on holiday, you just want to get out in the sun. That's like minutes wasted. So I'd waited about 40 minutes, and in the end, everyone who was coming, like checking in, had checked in and stuff like that. So he was like, I'll just take you over. So that was fine. Because also I didn't have Wi-Fi or anything. Like, I was kind of panicking. Like, I wanted to tell my mum what's going on. So then we get to the new hotel, which literally was next door. It was about a 3-minute drive, not even that. 2 minute, 1 minute, not less than a minute. And then it is this beautiful hotel. He was like, I said to him, he goes, oh, you'll enjoy it here a lot more. And I was like, oh, and he goes, it's adult only, no kids. Like, you'll like that. And I was like, oh, that is good. And he goes, it's 5-star as well. I was like, oh, wow, thinking, have I been upgraded to this, like, madness hotel? And it wasn't until I kind of got to the entrance that I realised it was a TUI couples resort, which, and not to sound ungrateful, but guys, I was on my own, and as you know, like, I split up with my boyfriend this year, like, at the beginning of this year. The last thing I kind of wanted to have was be surrounded by couples. If anything, I wanted to meet people, like, not even guys, just, like, girlfriends, like nice girls to make friends with, who were, like, together. So I kind of knew that was out the window, but that was okay, because I didn't really want to meet that many people. I just wanted the option, because that's kind of really out of my comfort zone, meeting and making friends. As you can kind of tell from my job, I just kind of kept myself to myself, which is really something I've got to learn and improve on. But yeah, so when I get there, they were like, oh, like, and they were like speaking in love language, and I was thinking, oh my god, no, like, what is happening? And then no, it was okay. They had the room, so I was signing all these documents, and as I was signing the documents, the TUI rep, who, if you fly with TUI, you'll know that in some resorts there's like a TUI rep that stays like nearby and can just help answer all your questions. So she was there, so I kind of was like, oh, excuse me, and she was like, yes, and I was like, I was just meant to go to the other hotel, but I've been changed to this one, thinking, I bet she's never had this happen before, like, I bet I'm an exception. I've changed this hotel, like, I'm a bit scared, like, I'm on my own, I don't really know what's going on, like, where is everything here? Like, I like to, because you might not know it's about me, but I plan everything. Like, I am a planner. I knew that whole layout of that hotel. Oh, blimey, I just knocked the camera flying. Before I'd even got there, I knew where everything was. So I'm a bit of a planner. So that threw me off a little bit. I didn't know any reviews of the place or anything like that. I'm just having a quick drink. So I was kind of like low-key panicking, high-key panicking at the same time. I'm going to do the door green. A nice dark green. Yeah. And she turns to me, and no word of a lie, guys. I just was really concerned. I was like hot, flustered, out of my comfort zone, as you would be. I'm now suddenly in a couples resort as a single traveller. Even though there were loads of couples going into the other hotel that I was meant to be staying in. Interesting. And all she goes to me is, "You've been upgraded, sweetie." Winks and walks off. She just ignores all my other questions. And I was like, right. So I just kind of was a bit like, oh, do I do it yellow? Oh, maybe I'll do the doors green and this bit yellow. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I then was just in a bit of disbelief, but they took me to my room, and I was quite far away, so it's kind of like one thing after another. I was quite far away from everything that's going on. So if you imagine everything that's going on is over here, well, actually I'll do it how it was. Everything's going on here. There's pool, the beach, like the restaurant, the bars. I'm here. And I was like, oh my god, like I literally have gone from a family friendly, like there's going to be bingo, evening entertainment, all the works, to suddenly I'm now across the other side of the resort of a hotel that I don't know, and it's adults only couples. So I settled into my room, which, by the way, guys, was kind of nice, but it definitely wasn't 5-star. Like, I've stayed in 5-star. Oh, I knew that'd happen. The green would go out the line. Stayed in 5-star with my ex-boyfriend. We made a point of trying to, like, we used to pay a lot of money to go to just better places. And it paid off because these places were beautiful. So I walked back, which didn't take long to get back to the main area. It took only 30 seconds, but it was down a hill, up a hill. The floor was just totally uneven. You couldn't have a wheelchair. You couldn't wear heels. Not acceptable for people with disabilities. The floor was like, so you have a brick. This is the only way I can describe it. You have a brick that way. Well, imagine it standing up, okay? So you have like the square of the brick and then the grout in the between. Each square... keep hitting the camera. The grout in between had dropped, so basically you're just treading on stood up bricks, stubbing your toe, tripping. My slider got caught and ripped, like my foot actually ripped out of it where it got caught, but luckily that was on like the last day, and those sliders had lasted me a while, so maybe that was why. So I went down and was like, because I got a bit emotional with my mum on the phone. I was like, they've changed my hotel. And she was just like, oh my god. For like first time flying anywhere on my own and they do that, what's the chances? So I went to the guy who runs it and was like, well no, I went to the two women because she was sat in the bar area, like they do, waiting for people to come